the other morning I was awake super early and I really had to go to the bathroom. And there's not very many places that you can go at like 6:30 in the morning to go to the bathroom. It was actually 6 at the time. So it's like I'll go to our place and maybe I'll actually have breakfast there because I don't normally. And I get down there and it's weird. Everyone's lining up outside. It's 6:30, and then it's 6:31, it's 6:35, and it still hasn't opened. So, this is weird, right? And, I'm not normally there in the morning anyway, but I just still think, they're supposed to be open, and everyone's just sort of waiting in line. And finally, one of the workers comes and says, "Oh, today we're not going to open because of some incidents that had happened the day before." And basically, they were essentially putting us all in a timeout because of the actions of a few. Now, I was angry because, I had to go to the bathroom and I was freezing that morning. I was hoping to, go inside and have a warm meal. But I can only imagine how much more angry and upset the people that sleep on the street were feeling. There was one woman who just wanted a glass of water. She had her own cup. She just wanted them to fill it for her. This senior woman, and they wouldn't do that for her. Other people were hoping for a coffee because they were cold. That wasn't being offered. Eventually, they did line us up so that we could use the bathroom. They would let a couple of us in at a time to use the bathroom. So I was able to do that, thankfully. And then they did hand out some sort of breakfast. It was like a bun of some sort and some yogurt, which I was thankful for that. It's food I didn't have, but it wasn't quite the warm breakfast I was expecting. I kind of hung around for a bit because I just wanted to see if things were going to change or if something was going to happen. But basically everyone just stood around really unsure about what to do and trying to think about how they could get warm and get like some fluids or whatever, because with this breakfast they weren't handing out any water or anything. I left there feeling like they didn't want me there, like that I was not worth their time, and it wasn't a really good feeling. And I haven't been back since because I don't, yeah, I get it. There's people that go there that do cause problems, and the staff probably don't enjoy having to deal with that on a regular basis, and I can totally empathize with that, and I get it. When I was there sometime last week, there was a police officer that said he wasn't even going to come deal with something because it seemed like it was under control and something to that effect of, unless it was like a major thing, he wasn't going to come deal with it. So I could see the frustration from that perspective. I get it. Tensions are high right now. There's a lot more homeless people than there has been because of COVID and everything, the crazy rental prices and the low vacancy and all this stuff is it's just all one big storm waiting to burst. But to turn away everyone because of the actions of a few, it was really just off-putting, and I don't feel like I want to go back, because now I feel like I've done something wrong, and I haven't. I know I haven't, because I'm just my normal self. I go there, I get in line, I wait for my food, whatever, wait to go to the bathroom. I'm not rude to anyone or anything. But it's like when you lump us all together from, I don't know, it just doesn't feel right. And so it's been, I don't know what, it's Sunday, and that happened, Thursday? So it's been, a few days. I'm begrudgingly going there this evening because I'm hungry. But I don't feel good doing it. It's really giving me a different impression of our place. It's really giving me a different impression of the people that work there. It's giving me a different impression of how they view me and us as a whole. And I'm not happy about it. But I do need to eat, and there really isn't any other options on a Sunday night. So it is what it is, and I guess we'll see how it goes. I really hope they are actually open, because I don't know. I haven't heard anything in the news. As far as I know, it was just that one day. And I don't know what ended up happening with the rest of the day, because as I said, I didn't stick around much. But, yeah. Oh, sorry, I'm really tired. Anyway, that's sort of how I feel about that situation. It's really tough when you've come to rely on a service or a person even. It kind of feels like an abusive relationship in a way, because they're the one place, they're one-stop shop to go for all these things, and then they basically say, oh no, we're not going to do that anymore. And I know it was only one day, but that one day, like, it just, I don't know, it could change so much for any one person. So I don't know. So I'm just leaving our place, and yeah, it's definitely different down here right now, but primarily because of COVID. So from what I understand, talking to one of the workers, is that they've now closed the gates and they're letting in a small amount of people at a time to do the usual sort of stuff that you would do at our place. But they're letting in a lot less people because there is a lot of COVID within the homeless community right now. So to better protect everyone, they're essentially just minimizing contact. They were bringing food down to the courtyard even, which I think is helpful. Some people obviously went upstairs to eat, but they're minimizing how many people are inside at any given time. So then I asked about, what happens if, say, I ended up contracting COVID. What would happen? Like, what would be the plan? So she said basically I would go to our place, tell them I'm not feeling well. They would call someone to come administer a test, and then whoever it is that administers the test, her thought is that those people have to find a place for me to quarantine. Who knows how that actually plays out, being that I am living in my car, and I have dusters. So let's just hope that, I had COVID last year and I'm double vaxxed, that I don't get it again, because I don't really know what the solution is. Like, I said to her, I'm like, do we just have to, like, hazmat off my car? Like, and I can't go to the bathroom or, like, eat food or anything? And she was like, yeah, let's hope that's not the case. So, I mean, I don't really know what came of all this stuff that happened on Thursday, but at least I know right now what's going on is that they're just trying to minimize people to slow the spread of COVID. So I still felt welcome. There was a regular people there that were talking to me, and so it was a positive experience. It just really, really put me off the other day because, I was like, well, now what? And it wasn't so much that I was upset for me, and I was upset for me, but also the other people. Like, there's so many seniors that go there, and turned away, like, what do they do, you know? That's a tough one. It's just worrisome, especially people that are, you know, in tents or what have you, and you can't have them up during the day, so, you know, you're just all huddling out in the rain all day. Like, that's just not cool. But anyway, it appears that was a one-day thing, and now it's just a matter of minimizing the spread of COVID, which is apparently quite significant within the community right now, which is not good, but it sounds like they're trying to minimize that as best they can. So anyway,